Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. June 17th. Welcome to the Daily Bone Podcast, where we discuss all things crypto market. That includes the majors like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, meme coins, and of course, NFTs. Today, we have a lot to discuss. The zkSync token airdrop that happened this morning, and two other airdrops to watch out for this month. Also, expectations for the Ethereum ETF after its launch is possibly expected on July 2nd. Seems like the timeline is aggressively moving up if you pay attention to what Gary Gensler is saying and also the Bloomberg boys. And last but not least, whether altcoins or major meme coins are a better buy for the remainder of 2024. Choose Rich. Nick, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. Is my audio coming in?
Think so, yeah.
Doing pretty well. Very exciting times over here. I had a good night's sleep. I was
That's a big one. That's an air horn level comment right there.
Dude, actually no. So I took I slept because of medication that I took last night.
A drug-induced coma.
Yeah, and it was a good one. It was one where there were still dreams involved. Signal looks frozen. Oh, Jan, she's gone. There she goes. There. Someone says, why? You know, I actually, dude, it's because of someone asked about my outfit. Yeah, it's basically the best. The best in the game. Like people, one of the challenging things, I don't know if you saw, did you see the ranking of the best dressed in Web3?
I did.
Number one.
Exactly.
I ranked number one. It was pretty crazy.
Not surprised.
People came out, they just said, Nick crushing it yet again. That was what went on.
I agree. Well, I'm glad that you had a good night's sleep, you know, even if drugs were involved. But that makes me really happy, man.
I'm also trying to find celebrity tokens that I can pump. I was at brunch yesterday, and some guy like walks by. He's like, "Yo, what token should I buy?" That was all he said, and I was like, "I have no clue, dude. What are you talking about?"
My favorite all-time Choose Rich Nick public interaction was when we just gotten back, Nick, I think from Minnesota. We were exhausted, or one of those trips. We were really tired after shooting on one of those trips. And you said that you went to Trader Joe's just because you like didn't have any food in your apartment. So you went to Trader Joe's, and a guy just walked up to you in Trader Joe's, like in the aisle, and was like, "This isn't rich." And you just didn't know what to say. There's something about that one that always makes me smile when I think about it. For some reason, that one I find particularly funny.
That one was interesting. Yeah, I just find it interesting that like that was like what that guy's choice of words was at that moment in time was like, "Yo, what token should I buy?" And I'm like, "Okay. Hi. How's it going? Nice to meet you. Who are you?" That was the same at the airport when the guy was like, "Yo, can I get your Telegram?" And I'm like, "Who are you?" Like, well, no, people don't even like introduce themselves.
I love that you're actually spotted. Like, I didn't know that people spot you on the streets and know who you are. Like, I didn't know you have this status in New York. Like, you've clearly gone up another level since I last saw you IRL. So, I mean, it's weird because when I talk about celebrities I saw in New York, I'm like, "Oh my God, I saw Giselle Bundchen in XYZ restaurant." But this is happening to you. Like, people are doing it, but in Trader Joe's. I love that for you.
It happens pretty much everywhere. But I'd say like if I'm out and about like 1 to 3 times during that day.
Oh, every day? You're getting recognized every day?
If I'm out and about, I'm going to be recognized within a few hours, at least once.
That's the cross you got.
Man? How do you leave your house? How do you leave the house? I'm imagining you leaving the house.
I have paparazzi right outside my building.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's like Michael Jordan leaving, just paparazzi just everywhere, taking photos of you. It must be quite stressful.
When we were in line at the brewery on Saturday, now that I think about it, Nick, that guy came up to us and was like, aren't you the guy from Twitter? So there you go. And then we bumped into our buddy Matt James, the Bachelor. Chatted with him a little bit. That was fun. Talked to him about some content ideas that he thought were a hoot. Anyway, today's show is brought to you in partnership with our newest partner. You heard us announce them last week, Uncaged. Clemente, what do people need to know about Uncaged?
Yeah, Uncaged is a turn-based, it's a soccer mobile game. So look, if you've got some FOMO from the Euro Cup or that Copa America, which is happening this weekend, hey, shout out Chile, let's go. You can go play this game. They just soft launched in a few different countries, Brazil, Spain, and India, amongst others recently. They've got staking coming up for their tokens, and I believe their NFTs as well. They have both. It's the double whammy. They have some big partnerships that they're announcing and further upgrades to the game. Make sure to go download this at uncaged.games, UNKJD.games, or check out the pinned tweet to learn more. But you can participate in various ways. It's just a turn-based mobile game that you can play, and they're rolling out a bunch of fun updates. They've been working on this for quite some time, so they're kind of putting the pedal to the metal here. We're super excited to be partnering with them, so go check it out at Uncaged Games on Twitter as well.
Absolutely. Another kick-ass partner. Nick?
You know what the spelling of Uncaged also makes me think of?
What?
Uncut Gems.
Okay. Uncut Gems?
That's yeah.
I don't think they were going for that.
I don't think they were. They were going for Uncaged, but it does remind me of that. Uncut Gems.
Clemente, it's funny you bring up this Euro Cup that nobody in New York really is paying attention to.
What are you talking about? Nobody. I was watching it on Saturday before I met up with you.
I'm joking.
Which also I was like reflecting back on. I was like, "Yo, do you have any time to brainstorm?" You replied yes, which is hilarious because that was not you were not trying.
I would have. I didn't know my friend was going to stick around. He also then promptly lost my sunglasses and offered to give me a pair of his used sunglasses. And I was like, that's an interesting approach. Like, Nick, if I lost your Ray-Ban sunglasses, I'd buy you a new pair, and I'd be so apologetic for doing that. But anyway, I didn't know he was going to stick around. If he wasn't,
real quick, I did not know you guys or the United States is hosting the Copa America. Guys, this is big for you guys. This is big for the community. Argentina is playing Chile at the MetLife Stadium next Tuesday. You guys should go.
We should actually go. That sounds pretty
that's
good.
actually big. Lionel Messi.
And that's pretty crazy.
What about my Chilean brothers, Alexis Sanchez?
That is definitely crazy. When I was watching the Celtics game that they got blown out in, during that, on one of the TVs was like Guatemala versus fucking, I don't know, someone else, right? And nobody was watching it. Literally nobody was watching it. And I asked to have that changed to the Celtics game because everyone was there to watch the NBA finals. And they were like, a lot of people are watching that game. And we looked around and literally 0 people were watching the game. And I was like, all right, can you put it on this other TV? And they were like, yeah, but they would not change that one, even though nobody was watching it.
Yeah.
Do you guys watch the World Cup?
You can get literally front row tickets for $2,000. Front row. No one gives a shit about this. Like, that is dead in the middle, front row. How is that even possible?
I'm really curious. Do you guys watch the World Cup?
I don't.
No?
Yeah. Of course, the World Cup is awesome to watch. And
Nick watches.
I'm thinking of watching the Euro 2024. I was watching it on Saturday, actually. There were two
opening game. No. So who was that today?
There were 2 games. I caught the tail end. Sorry, I'm blanking. So Italy played against at the beginning, not Armenia, but someone of equivalent stature. And then the one before that was Czech Republic versus who were they playing against? But they're all in the same group. The beginning of that match was interesting because Albania scored right away, and then it just went straight downhill from there. Like Italy, I think won the last Euro Cup.
No, France. I think it was France was the previous one. Pretty sure.
Is it every 2 years they do this?
Every 4.
Every 4. And
It's the
yesterday
opposite
was
of the World Cup.
England. Yeah, yesterday was England against Serbia, and
Chile
England
won.
managed to, got 1-0, but still, you're still kind of like, oh, can they even beat Serbia? It can get quite embarrassing at the early stages.
Well, there's one game going on right now, Romania and Ukraine. There's also Belgium and Slovakia today, Austria and France. That'll be interesting. Regardless, it's awesome to watch these games. It actually is a great. I love watching what most people would call football.
Most popular sport in the world. Most popular sport in the world, no question.
So popular that you can get front row seats at the Copa America with Chile versus Argentina.
Italy won the last Euro. All right, let's get into the weather report here.
Okay.
I'm not even European.
I know, but I know off the top of my head that Italy have not had the best teams in the last years. So that is why I was like, no, it must be France. But France won the World Cup. Was it not last time, but the previous time before? Anyway, whatever. It's going to be good to watch the Euros, and that's going to keep us chopping through sideways summer. It's the first month of like sideways summer, then 2 more months to go. And we'll find some other stuff to watch. But anyway, should we get into the weather report?
Let's do it.
Let's do it, folks. It's Monday. It's June 17th. We got that ETH market volume coming in at 9.5 million. Solana market volume at 2.2 and Ordinals at 1 million. If we look at the market leaders, well, on Ethereum, Sproto Gremlins, they're up 27% to 1 ETH, and Checks VV Originals are up 25% to 0.16. Over on Blast, Wolfgame is up 35% to 0.024. Over on Solana, Backwards is up 25% to 4.60. And then finally, over on Ordinals, those Natcats, they're down under 0.01 BTC. On the crypto roundup, the majors are pretty much down across the board. You got Bitcoin in the 65,500 range. You got Ethereum just at 3,500 over and over and over again, and Solana at $143. Most of the tokens were in the red. You got Pirates Nation Pirate token that's down 25%, Pup's down 15, Zach down 15. One token did see some early success. It was token Billy on Solana, which launched yesterday and quickly round to 20 million market cap. Over the past 24 hours, well, firstly, the zkSync token claim goes live this morning. It currently sits at a 5 billion fully diluted market cap. 17% of the token was airdropped to the community, and at current levels, it equates to around a 920 million stimmy to the community. Secondly, speaking of stimmies, Photon clarified that today's Photon Stimmies airdrop is in fact not a token launch, but rather Solana rewards to the top 300 traders. He had to be pushing in some volume to get that. After receiving backlash on the move, they eventually revealed they still have plans for the Photon token later down the road. And then finally, after teasing a token launch over the past week, rapper Waka Flocka Flame released the Flocka token on Solana. But Zach XBT, he did his job, and he quickly pointed out 40% of the supply was sniped, then just broken up across multiple wallets shortly before Waka posted the contract. Flocka is at 5.5 million market cap. That is all for the weather report. It is back to you folks in the studio.
I love, Zach XBT just getting to the bottom of it with celebrity meme coin rug pulls right out the gate. Some updates from the Daily Bone newsletter. This is emailed to anyone that subscribes, appodagos.com. First story, Fortune publishes an article on Farcaster that includes rumors of an upcoming token. Very interesting. Wow. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. Next story, Joe Biden will be attending a congressional Bitcoin roundtable in July. Okay. Next story, total crypto VC funding.
They're going to have cots for him to lay down in and just take a nap. He's going to be sleeping at is what it should have been described as.
Total crypto VC funding crosses the $100 billion mark. Next story, U.S. Bitcoin ETF saw 580 million in outflows last week, with 4 out of the 5 days posting negative flows. Next story, Layer Zero Foundation launches and teases June 20th, so 3 days from now, for their ZRO token airdrop. And last but not least, Doodles announced this morning that the studio will be migrating to Base. What does that mean, Clemente?
This is breaking news a little bit. It launched as of this morning, I think. So the studio is there. What was on a different,
it was on Flow.
It was on Flow. So they're just moving this. I don't think it's their actual collection. So It's those little like socks, the digital socks, underwear, hats, all that kind of good stuff is moving to base. So pretty cool.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, good to know. Definitely good to know. Real quick, what is this layer 0 business here? Like you said that something got announced this morning with the layer 0?
I believe people expect their TGE to happen on June 20th.
Okay, I thought the ZK token claims went live this morning and sits at 5 billion.
That's ZK. There's another one.
Okay. All right. zkSync.
All those little pudgies that you had a problem sending around your wallet, that was on layer 0.
That's layer 0. How do you get zkSync? Or how did you get zkSync?
You got that. You got that for owning a pudgy.
Okay.
You should be getting like a $3,500 airdrop.
I can go click a button and get it right now? Okay. Yeah. Cool. That's good to know. All right. We're going to hammer that.
Let's go. You should get fired up. That's free money.
Yeah. Got it, man. We'll check it out. Anyway,
give it to me.
That's crazy. That's crazy. He's like not even excited, Nick.
He's not.
Dude, it was kind of disrespectful, the commentary that he just gave, dude. There's like kids that are like completely broke, like the majority of our audience watching this show right now. And then there's and you're gonna sit before them and say, like, just not care and say, maybe I'll do this work.
This is actually an iconic quote by Pio. I see it referenced a lot. It's free money doesn't excite me. I like to earn it. I see that thrown around a lot.
There you go. Well, I mean, I will get a little bit more Bitcoin out of this. And, you know, in 10 years, everyone's going to wonder how I actually got as much Bitcoin as I did. They won't understand. zkSync airdrop launched early this morning. Market cap peaked at 8 billion fully FDV in early trading and has been ranging between 4.5 billion and 5.5 billion. It's sitting at 5 billion at the time of this show. 17.5% of the 21 billion tokens are allocated to this airdrop and amounts to a $920 million stimulus event to users at current market cap. Pudgy holders got 9,000 or so tokens worth, it looks like about $2,500. Clemente, some people expected this to be more than Blast, but it's not. What's the story here?
So yeah, Blast, this is kind of the precursor, and they were kind of saying that these will kind of trade similarly. So if Blast trades at this amount, it won't be very good for a lot of the farmers that have pretty high expectations for this. 5 million is pretty big. The thing that people are mostly comparing this to in terms of Blast FDV is, can this why do people want to hold this, right? Like I haven't spoken to any people that are like, dude, I'm super excited to buy this like ZK token today. So I don't know exactly who's buying this. I was also looking at the price action. It's pretty, I'm not super excited about what we're seeing here. I don't know which exchanges is listed on necessarily, but I don't know. I think I also saw a lot of people that were pretty excited about this token in general and weren't too thrilled about the price action on it. There were also some people that were expecting it to be that expected to qualify, that didn't qualify, that the distribution was weird, and people also said that this was over farmed. But the TLDR is that it was a little bit disappointing. But yeah, but also people are like, no one uses this, so why would anyone buy it in general? So I don't know. In general, it would have been nice for it to debut a lot higher, Pio, but in general, people aren't really looking for another token right now. So not too surprised.
Yeah, I mean, anytime a new token, like, do you remember when Nick, do you remember the ENS airdrop? What was that one for?
That one was great. I ended up getting a bunch of money. I think I dumped it pretty much immediately. And yeah, Greeny's comment about not a good time to launch a token, I kind of agree here. It's like it's weird timing to be a lot of these places just moving forward with it. What, ETH is down 3% right now? Interesting. The daily, oh my God, Solana's down 5%. What is going on right now? I woke up to death and destruction on the price action. It's over, guys. We had the double top, game done.
The thing is as well, I mean, I know we say it's not a good time to launch a token, but it's like the Blast team have committed to this date. And I think if they mean, when is the ideal time to do it? Even if you could predict the ideal time, I mean, if Pac-Man wants to turn around and say, well, I figured out the ideal time is September, I think the space would go wild, because everyone's been farming since January, basically. And so he can't extend that period anymore. So the conditions in which the token launch will be the conditions. I agree. It would have been nicer to be not in this sort of sideways action, but I think, tokens coming out in these conditions, it means that the chains will need to prove themselves. And if they can prove themselves, we'll see a higher upside. But coming out when the market is really frothy can also be extremely bad for chains as well. So I think it's better if a team is really committed to the space to come out in this kind of environment, so people can enjoy the upside, rather than coming out when it's super frothy and hot and then the token just goes down, and kind of like what happened to ApeCoin, and then you just end up bag holding to $1.
Yeah, I mean, ApeCoin, man. Oh, that one is crazy. Nick?
This is an unrelated story that I just saw, which is pretty crazy. Came out this morning. Apple supplier TDK says battery breakthrough can deliver higher performance. It's 100x more power greater in terms of the energy density, which is pretty crazy. 100x, a battery breakthrough giving 100x power on a battery. That's very exciting for the devices that we're going to be getting. 100 times. That to me is just kind of crazy. That's that's been the blocker on every single piece of hardware.
Batteries, yeah, it's insanely difficult to store energy. You're absolutely right. I did not know that was happening. Apple broke through with this, huh?
Well, no, Apple's supplier TDK, which is pretty crazy. I'm seeing this and I'm like, okay, well, that's absolutely bonkers. That's like the primary variable for like phone sizes and things like that. So very exciting times. 100 times more powerful. That to me is just wild.
If that means I don't have to charge my phone for as long as I do currently, which feels like I swear I charge my phone twice a day now. I swear I can't get from 100% to 100% in 24 hours. I always have to charge my phone.
Really?
So if they can fix that, I would pay more for a new Apple phone.
Did that recently happen to you, Signal?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a setting on your iPhone that you need to adjust, which is actually causing this to happen.
Okay.
And there's a setting under the battery where basically they just came out with something. So it's causing phones to charge longer or not charge to the same level, because there's a setting on the phone that says only use green energy for powering. So basically what it does is it waits for the time when the power grid is actually when your source of power is coming from more green energy, and it's resulting in longer charge times. You can just go and set the setting in your phone.
Okay, that is alpha. That is alpha because it actually affects my everyday life. I will use that and I will change it because it's been really, really annoying. Thank you for that. There you go. Today's alpha.
All right. Well, anyway, going back. So one quick thing on this.
Just dismissing that. He's
I'm
like,
not dismissing it.
All right. Well, glad we got through that irrelevant story. Just irrelevant story. Hey, thanks so much, Nick, for throwing us off.
NFT stats, $7.36 Blast Gold estimate is based on Blast at an FTV of 10 billion. Quickly, Clemente, what do you think? Are you married to that number? What do you think's happening here?
I think it just below 10 billion would be ideal. Or would be kind of what I'm expecting. I don't know. I don't think this actually debuts super high. The only thing that I was thinking about is in terms of gold prices, I can actually have more of a reasonable, those comments are insane.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're only listening on the YouTube show, there's some really funny comments where people are commending Nick for his and now I'm actually wondering, because I just bought this new phone and I couldn't get it to charge. I'm wondering if that's the very setting that I would have needed to know about.
Look at that.
What is it, Nick? How do I do it?
I think you go to settings and then you go to battery I saw MKBHD did like a settings
Is it
battery
charging
health
optimization?
Clean energy charging is on.
Oh,
So if
get
you
the
go to
hell out of here. I don't want no clean energy.
setting, was that on?
It was on. I don't want that clean energy
Oh,
charging.
look at that. Look at that.
Me too. Me too as well. Thank you, Nick.
Just thrown out and dismissed. And now Pio's like, my life has changed and my new phone works.
The new phone literally wasn't working before you did that, Nick, because the grid wasn't clean enough at that very moment for Apple. As if, you know, like
what happens then if you live in a place where they never have clean energy? Like what do you do then?
Also, Apple, what are you talking about? Like, you are the least clean. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about here? You're a multi-trillion-dollar organization.
They could like arbitrarily promote, but they just forced it upon everybody. I don't even know if I don't even know if that I went looking for it on my phone the other day.
Commenters are doing it, Nick. You are destroying the planet right now. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel great because people can charge their phone.
Bitcoin's going to save it, so don't worry. So look, are we good on Blast, and we can move on to okay, so the Bloomberg bros, James Seyfert and Eric B, expect the Ethereum ETF to actually go live July 2nd, which is pretty crazy. It made ETH rally on Friday, as Clemente put it, during a sea of red. This is about as juicy as it gets, and yet I don't see anybody on crypto Twitter having any sort of like, focus on this. But basically, all of a sudden, we're going to see what traditional finance investors, like what their approach is to quote crypto. Are they going to just ignore ETH and say, I want the winner, let me just do Bitcoin? Are they going to say, well, I want to do a 70-30 split, 70% Bitcoin, 30% Ethereum? Are they going to do 80-20? Are they going to do 50-50? Are they going to say, okay, Bitcoin's
62, like 38?
Are they going to say Bitcoin's digital gold, ETH is quote crypto? I want exposure to both. So it's really interesting stuff. I can't wait to see what the flows are like. I can't wait to see if we end up getting some progress towards the Solana ETF, which if you ask the Bloomberg bros is impossible because there's no futures ETF for Solana. However, I believe what's his name? Larry Fink said Solana ETF. Like publicly, I think he said those words publicly, which means that Larry Fink is making moves to some capacity. AVAX, very interesting token, down 12% in the last 7 days, below $29 for the lowest price in 2024. Nick, I'd love to know what you think of the AVAX chart. I know you have a significant position in AVAX. I have a not insignificant one, but I don't think it's as big as yours. And I know Easy's a huge AVAX bull. Nick, how are we looking? Nick, so ladies and gentlemen, we're seeing Nick make a face of of distaste.
I'm gonna pull up this chart.
We don't have the chart yet.
Short answer, not good. We've broken below previous support. Holy shit! Look out below. I'm borderline considering selling right here.
No.
Why? What's changed?
No, you're not. No, you're not.
That's preposterous.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
You were the one that was telling me to buy this 2 weeks ago.
Okay, well, sometimes the winds change, dude.
Wait, Nick, sorry.
Greeny says zoom out.
I just want to understand, okay, so it's broken support before, but what makes this different?
Nothing.
I mean, are you seeing the sentiment on the timeline?
I am seeing the sentiment on the timeline, but wouldn't you?
Anthem it being just dragged by everybody.
I am seeing the drama. I am seeing the drama because people are bored. Yeah, I am seeing it. But I thought we all agreed this is sideways summer. Then we pump after sideways summers. So the L2s were always going to lag hard in this period. But when you say sell, first of all, when you say sell, do you mean sell 100% of your bag, or are you just saying you're going to trim here?
Sell everything. No, I would. I'd sell my Avalanche bag and buy back. I have no idea, man. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
I was gonna say, it's just really a problem of not believing in something. In this case, it's gonna come back 1,000%. It's not gonna just get ignored.
Saying sell right now. Those are his words. I'm just kidding. So it's a terrible time to sell now.
I have a quick question. I had a little bit of an epiphany this weekend, and I was wondering,
Can't wait to hear this.
Why would I buy? No, and I'm being serious. Why would I buy altcoins that have a low flow, that have these VC unlocks, that are pretending to build all this bullshit no one cares about, when I can just buy actually some of these major meme coins and possibly get higher upside, higher chance of retail actually buying this? Why would I buy AVAX here? Even though I'm funding my own bags here, I own a lot of AVAX versus something like MOG, something like Pepes.
Because the Admiral said to, dude.
Should I answer this question seriously?
Yeah. No, I'm being 100% serious, by the way.
Well, first of all, you should have been buying Dogecoin a year ago. So that's number one. Like the whole bear market, you should have been buying Dogecoin. So that's, you talk about these major meme coins, you should have been buying Dogecoin literally a year ago. So that's number one. You'd be up over 2x on it. Number two, why would you buy an actual technology network of AVAX with a, thriving ecosystem of people building on that open network and, a lot of resources available and a lot of support and network effect, versus buying random ass meme coins, which you're absolutely right could go up. You have to know when to sell them, because they're not, technology networks. They're literally just they're vaporware assets that people think are funny and then end up, going up in certain periods of time. The orders of magnitude more risk. Keep in mind, I own those meme coins, right? I have WIF, I have Bonk. I thought I had MOG, and I still am trying to figure out how I don't have MOG, and it doesn't make any sense to me how my memory is so violently confused that I didn't execute the trade on MOG. But anyway, that's a different conversation. I do not understand. Very nice, Nick. Nice charting you're doing.
I'm just saying, I think this is the way that the price action is going to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nick drew we're going to call it
let's discuss something else.
Okay. Yeah, Nick's doing some really interesting charting. But that's the answer, Clemente. That the answer is because you're actually buying something with substance versus gambling.
No one cares about the substance. Since when does anyone care about, oh, look at this new technology we put out? No one, my grandma, my mom is not buying any token. She's buying
people that send Solana from 20 to 200 in Solana, 5 months care.
Solana, I don't consider an altcoin. I'm not talking about Solana. I'm talking about, and I don't even know if necessarily AVAX. I'm talking about some of these random ass, I'm going down outside of the top 30. I'm looking at Filecoin. I'm looking at.
Nobody told you to buy Filecoin.
I'm talking about Arbitrum. I'm talking about Optimism. Why is anyone buying these? Why is I'm looking at the market cap. The market cap is 2 billion and it has another 6 billion left to unlock. We're just going to get dumped on. Why do we not buy a meme coin instead?
Why are you so bearish right now, dude?
Dude,
you read Twitter.
No, you're saying right now, I'm ready to buy a fuck ton of crypto right now.
Always
based on the current timeline.
Dude, you know why I'm pissed off? I see everyone talking about their P&Ls yo, check out how much money I just made on fucking meme coins, baby. They haven't done shit in the last 3 months other than buying meme coins. I'm damn, maybe I should have been doing that. Then I have Ansem this morning saying that even if you have $8 million, you're still broke. Everyone's pissed off. I'm getting all this.
Did he really say that?
Yeah, he said this morning. He said $8 million really isn't a lot of money, buddy.
Look, Clemente, I actually agree with you. Honestly, I do. I would rather be in meme coins than be in some of these random L2s that, they come and they go. It's sometimes people are pumping on the timeline, sometimes they're not. The only thing with the meme coin thing is that I think the goal needs to be completely different in terms of you're using it to build your bag and then to allocate that bag to something that you have more conviction in. I think with you, when I see sometimes your reaction, I don't know if you could stomach the volatility. That's the thing of meme coins, because AVAX in comparison to the movements it has compared to some meme coins is pretty darn volatile, right? So you'd have to be able to get a meme coin that you like, have conviction in it, and then hold it. So how Pio was saying with Doge, or you'd be having to be trading them, which obviously takes up more time because you have to be really, really on it. So I think the good thing about holding something like AVAX, you just kind of set and forget, if you like, and you just wait for an up moment in the markets and when Bitcoin's sending, or the alts will, or you proactively trade meme coins and you trade the ones which you like on whichever L2 that you like, or L1. That's the only thing I would say to you, because you're saying who would buy these coins? Well, for example, if Base had its own token, people would buy the base token.
Because
people would definitely buy the base token, but base doesn't have its own token. So, you know, that there is a market out there, but if you don't believe in AVAX and you're not going to have long-term conviction in it, then I would reallocate to what you do have long-term conviction in.
Well, I thought I believed in AVAX until the price dumped 50%. That certainly doesn't hurt. It helps the conviction very much. I'm doing the same, like other than I just have a bag of stuff that I don't touch, and then the stuff that I'm actively moving around with, I do stuff with. So in reality, I'm actually pretty long-term. I'm kind of like Pio, except with like altcoins. I just sit there and I just accumulate, baby. I don't do much, right? I just buy and I don't sell. I'm basically like baby Pio, and then I have this other bag where I press a bunch of buttons.
Also, sorry, on this point as well about Ansem and his like $8 million comment, like at the moment, there's so much like drama on the timeline and just so much engagement farming. And, you know, sometimes it's funny, but sometimes if you're not in the right mindset, I think it can affect your mentality. And you just have to remember, it's just all noise. It's all drama. And these people's opinions, they only count if you let it count. Like, I don't care what Ansem says. I'm never going to be thinking $8 million, you're poor. Like, whatever, Ansem, right? I don't know you, never met you. I really don't care. But like, if you sit there and you're taking the timeline like seriously, it can affect your mental health, how you trade your bags. And if I was you, I would just close the app and just go trade your bags how you think you can do well at the end of this cycle.
If you make any decisions, in my opinion, based on anything that you see on Twitter, then you're trending actually towards losing value than gaining value. Twitter's never helped me gain value. It's helped me lose value though.
Mother tokens lost over 50% of its liquidity. Had over $13 million. It's down to 6.
I'm seeing it's down to 3.
Well, I'm on Bird Eye. It says TVL 6 million.
So I think the liquidity got taken out to start up her telecommunications company again.
So she took out the money?
I don't know. I'm just completely bullshitting. I don't know what Iggy Azalea did with the liquidity. I don't think she had any. Do you still have your bag of Mother, Nick?
I actually do have some. I think I have like 5 Sol. Well, probably now it's one second. I'll have to see what I have.
We have a good segment here, by the way, that I want to get to. Raise trades. What do you think, Clemente? Can we hit raise trades?
Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ray is our in-house quant, as we call him. He's our researcher. He writes the newsletter. He prepares a call sheet. And we asked him to publish raise trades. Whenever Ray makes a trade, we publish it, or whenever he lets us know that he made a trade, we publish it and we got to discuss it. So he bought 12 Blastin Pepes at 0.095. So that's a pretty big swing, huh? He bought a decent amount of those. His thesis is that they have the highest gold multiplier of any token on Wasabi. He believes they will hit one more gold jackpot. So there's an off chance that you could land a rare NFT once the collection is revealed. These have asymmetric risk to the max possible downside of each NFT at 0.026 ETH each, because the floor lock is at 0.069 ETH. Ray believes that the gold alone from depositing on Wasabi would close that gap. A jackpot puts you in the profit. Last jackpot paid $150 worth of gold at a $5 valuation to each NFT. This one's not complicated at all. Clemente, what are we thinking about this one?
I'm buying one right now. Let's go. Raise trades, baby. No, I think there's a good buy, Pio. What's interesting about Blast is these refundable NFTs are actually super interesting, right? So what these guys did is a Wasabi incubated project. They launched Blastin Pepes. They raised, the mint price was 0.069, but they took the entire ETH and put it into a pool, and then it's earning that 5% native yield. And then on that, they just have like a forever kind of lock or whatever. So the price is forever refundable at that 0.069 ETH price. And they're just earning that 5% yield. And it's kind of interesting. And then you can also deposit your, there's also a 404 token, Pio. So it's also tradable as a token. as a fungible token. So there's that aspect of it. There's the jackpots. Nick, I would dare I say you sell your Blastopians and buy one of these bad boys instead.
What garbage am I buying now?
Blastin Pepes here at a 0.1 ETH.
Well, I don't even think I have 0.1 anymore after buying that stupid freaking Blastopian. Sorry, the same guy that said last week, hold on to it.
Is that Ray or is that Clemente?
Clemente. What's going on, dude? What are these trades that you're suggesting? Why am I getting this garbage?
Okay, maybe hold your Blastopian and just buy another like sell your Cryptode and buy like 3 of these Blastin Pepes.
Sell your Cryptode.
Yeah, what are we going to do with this Cryptode?
I don't think did I buy one back actually?
Yeah, you have one.
I think
Clemente told me to sell a little pudgy and buy some random.
This sounds
shit.
like dumb trading. I'm gonna be honest. This just sounds stupid. What am I getting? What am I speculating on? What do I get? Play it back once more. What do I get for these NFTs?
It's a lot to play back, dude.
Well, it's limited downside, Nick. So the floor right now is 0.09. You can refund this for 0.07. So your downside is only 0.02 ETH. You have limited downside, maximum upside.
I can refund it through when?
Through the floor lock. There's a Wasabi incubator project. So they have this pool of ETH that they're just sitting there. It's getting the native yield from Blast, and there's like a floor lock. I don't know exactly how it works, but it's basically not
listening to your words right now.
This is innovation.
You end up getting some of the native yield from Blast, obviously, and so that ends up getting distributed amongst these NFTs.
No, that doesn't happen.
Totally makes sense.
What the
hell are you talking about, dude? But you got to do it before the native Wasabi unlock. Like, because if last time, remember, you want the fresh Wasabi though, because if you have old Wasabi is
the
gross.
Ginger. Where's the ginger?
You want a fresh Wasabi root. Fresh Wasabi root, that's what it's actually tied to. So it's literally connected to an actual real world Wasabi root that's sitting there that's super fresh. Don't you think that that's going to do well? It's one of the most expensive roots in the world. Don't you think it's going to make money? Don't you think it's going to hold its value? I would say yes. All you got to do is put it in the refrigerator. Keep it in the refrigerator. Keep it refrigerated. That's going to easily double the long-term value of this thing. And then your NFT doubles.
Ladies and gentlemen,
people ask me about like what investment I should make in crypto. And I say, you're going to want to trade the Wasabi roots. They're giving out like, so what you're doing is you're buying NFTs built on the root chain, which is literally like an underground connected thing of vegetables and various herbs and things like that. Clemente is making a face as though he's partially offended. You shouldn't. I'm the one that's offended. So sell all of your Bitcoin, sell all your Ethereum, transfer it to Wasabi root.
Wasabi. You got to go Wasabi here. Maximum upside, Nick. Maximum upside.
I'm going to miss the exit trade of this thing where like the trade is
30-minute window, Nick.
Where you got to get it refunded because you're fucked.
No, there's no refund window here.
Dumbest NFT I've ever seen in my life. Like, what are you going to do with this thing? It looks like a Halloween card.
The reveal hasn't happened yet. The reveal's happening soon.
Oh, can't wait for that. I'm sure the art's going to be absolutely stunning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Uncaged is a casual soccer mobile game by Uncaged Studio, and they're the partners of today's show. The team over there has experience with Playtika, Disney, Cody, and more. The game features playable NFTs called Ballers that you can acquire and upgrade to build your squad. Game is in its soft launch testing phase. Go download it at uncaged.games. That's UNKJD.games. And make sure you follow them on Twitter at Uncaged Games, at UNKJDGAMES. Clemente, anything else we need to know about Uncaged Games here? You are muted, buddy.
They have a bunch of exciting activations coming up via partnerships, via staking for their token. So make sure to check those out. Just follow them out follow them on Twitter. We'll also be updating our newsletter and show whenever these come through. But We're super excited to start this partnership. We're going to do a bunch of additional walkthroughs and tutorials on exactly how to play. So yeah, go check them out on Uncaged Games.
That's what I'm talking about. Nick, how you feeling, buddy?
That's Ray's about to quit. That's pretty funny. Sorry, I guess that was. I didn't realize that was like
no,
Ray's
but you weren't saying
me just shitting on his trade ideas. But Ray, yo, like seriously, step back for a moment.
No, you weren't. No, you're not shitting on Ray. I think you're shitting on Clemente trying to get you to do Ray's trade when at the end of the day, you're not a quant. Ray's a quant.
These guys are like in and out. They're sitting in front of their computer. They're like watching this. This is the dumbest fucking trade I've ever heard of. Like, I'm going to be honest.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Ray is right. Ray is actually right. The quant is right. The quant is right. Look, I think it was the way Clemente explained it, but it's basically part of the refundable NFT narrative. So your downside is limited, but that's all you need to know. Look, I think we need to find tailored trades for Nick. And we need to work on the marketing, Clemente. We'll do a little pitch practice before getting warmed up. Make sure there's some money in the wallet, you know, and then we'll lubricate him, and then we'll get him to get into the quants trades.
Let me tell you, Nick, real quick. Let me tell you, like the mainstream, right? They don't like NFTs. What they're definitely gonna like is refundable NFTs on a niche layer too. That's the thing that they're gonna be swarming. Holy shit, Nick! So, and you got to deposit them into a different platform. Let's do it. Let's go, Nick, please.
Dude, I have ETH scattered all over the place from listening to this show. I want to apologize to anybody else that's dealing with the same situation where like I probably have like $10,000, $20,000 literally just scattered around in random places because of bullshit alpha that random people are giving me on the timeline. This stuff is garbage. And 99% of the time I lose money. 99% of the time I lose money with this like garbage. I'm good at seeing the opportunities that show up. You just got to wait 3 months basically for those opportunities to come around. This is a trade when your mindset is literally what trade am I going to make in the next 48 hours that's going to help me pay my rent? And the reality is every trade, or 24, I got Easy sending me like links to tokens, which I've lost all my money on basically. Like every single one, I've just lost money. He's like, I'm still holding strong on this. I don't, and then like one of the ones that he's still holding strong on continues to perform. This is time for idiots to trade in the market basically. And I just gotta say like, this is dumb. And I don't mean like just this trade. I just see everyone, this mindset is a losing mindset. It's a losing mindset. You know, most of my trades, I'm up 400, 500%, 600%. I do that in a matter of months, typically. And that's because I look for that winning trade. Iggy, I'm up so much on that. I made like 20 SOL off of 1 SOL.
The Azalea?
Yeah.
Mother.
Sorry, that's what I meant, not Iggy. Like those opportunities will be back. Trade those. Make 5x, make 6x.
What's the difference? So what you're saying is you're basically a sniper where you're waiting for the right.
The difference is I'm looking for like an actual. I bought Iggy Mother token at the beginning of the meta of the celebrity stuff, and now people are buying into Celebrity 17, hoping that like that's going to go up. It won't. And you bought in Clemente to the Blast meta early on. You got back your original bag, and now you're looking for the next trade. Quick note on this, the meta's dying. Like that meta's like disappearing. So you're in like the 7th inning trying to like, you know, come from behind and make money. You're nodding your head no, but the level of devastation on your Twitter account in recent weeks, as like it turned out that Fantasy Top was the dumbest fucking game to ever play because you're playing a niche version of like Monopoly, but it's not even as fun. And no one in society is ever going to talk about this ever again, other than the 15 people that were on the timeline trading this hot garbage. Dude, I bought,
no, you know what?
Let me tell you another trade I did. I bought Bored Apes at the beginning of the NFT meta. Like
4 years ago, like 4 years ago.
And I'm still paying my rent off of it. Okay,
Yeah,
kind of
this is
crazy.
my
That's
Bored
the
Ape.
opportunity that you're looking for. You don't have the potential of sitting on your hands.
Nick, you can't talk from your high horse. You were the scrappy. You used to be in the trenches. You used to be in the arena.
You held the Bored Ape for over a year.
Trade from easy, I lost money.
And you held the Bored Ape for over a year.
You're
lost
not in the trenches
$30,000 trying to chop myself in the trenches. Lost $30,000. I sold I remember selling the mutants for like a couple $100,000 and was like, oh, let me like take 30K. Haven't run with this bankroll before, and then I just lost all of it. Like subsequently. And every single time I've tried to do that, you saw Kicks come on the show, talk about how he changed his mindset. And he started buying long-term stuff, started making money again. And then what happens is this, like, someone like Easy comes around, only talks about his wins. It's the same guy where you get free bottles at the club each night because that guy was betting 15K on a blackjack table and he basically always loses, but comes and tells you about his $10,000, $20,000 hands that he ended up making. He tells you about his $100,000 bag that he just made before he then goes and chops himself to hell. Like, he'll just literally like go and lose Easy. We'll lose $30,000 on a trade and be like, well, I mean, I made $100,000 last week. But he's chopping himself to hell because he cannot sit on his hands for a period of time. This is a disease that you're suffering for.
The disease.
And you're out playing pickleball in the heat for 5 minutes before you sweat. You're like, I can't actually play a whole round because I live in Miami. So you stop doing that for a period of time because you realize that, oh, Miami's hot. Didn't realize that it's literally, and also being flooded. So like your apartment's not going to be there when you go back in the fall because you're going to be going back in hurricane season. Get ready for that. That's going to be exciting. Clemente hasn't been there for hurricane season. He left. This is the same trade. So he's both now. He's got heat. Then learns about hurricanes. So that you traded New York for Miami because he lives here for 2 months. The same way you trade your friend tech. It's the exact same thing, dude. So, like,
Are you done? This is bullshit, dude. This is actual bullshit. Yeah, you're speaking from your high horse. Oh, yeah. If you heard yourself, Nick, if your 3 year ago self heard you saying this, trying to be like, damn, I'm disappointed.
You'd be like, thanks, Nick.
You think I want to be in the trenches? You think I enjoy waking up with crippling anxiety because of my overexposure to Blast? No, but it comes. This is a part of greatness. This is the part of what happens of trying to make it, trying to make
nobody's ever won
trying to get out of the trenches. This is what it looks like. It's not pretty. It's not pretty.
Okay, I saw this once. I was sitting, and this happens all the time. You hang out in Vegas at the blackjack table for like any longer than like 2 hours. Here's what you're going to see. And actually go there on like a Wednesday or something.
You're going to see prostitutes.
You're going to see a guy who was working, who just took his paycheck, puts it on blackjack, plays for 5 minutes, loses his whole paycheck, gets up and goes. That's the whole thing that ends up happening. And that guy now is like back at work, like grinding it out, being like, well, that didn't work this time, but I have won before. And he's like explaining to himself that this was like an okay thing. Dude, these people get wrecked all the time, and no one like that. They walk away in silence. So, I mean, frankly, it's a silent killer. Like, and you're basically operating in that space, and anybody with the addiction / the disease that they're facing of like gambling on the layer 16 is walking around confidently acting like they own the casino. Don't trust that. Don't trust them at all. It's complete garbage.
Everybody at the casino says that they're winning. We actually had,
but Nick, I just have to like defend Clemente on one point. And I like you and Pierre as well. You both went through what Clemente went through back in 2021. And then I remember sometime along the way, including Kicks as well, sometime along the way, you all found what suits you. which was why you were able to make the money that you did. And I feel like Clemente is on that exact same journey. It's just that he's doing it now. No, but he's doing it now, and you're watching it with 3 years experience, and he won't get to the conclusion that you have got to unless he goes through this experience. You can tell someone every single day that, I don't know, eat healthy and you'll live longer and you'll feel better. But until they do it, they will never feel it and understand it. But this is what Clemente needs to go through this and chop himself up and lose money and have his wins to figure out what works for him in the long term. So I 100% agree with what you're saying, Nick, but I think he needs to go through it. He needs to go through it and taste the pain.
Through it. Well, he's gone through it. We're watching these trades, these stupid trades where like he could have just made 100%, 500% trading mother token. Like I'm saying, like he can literally follow the meta where we're on Twitter so often that we end up seeing the quick moves, and you have the opportunity to go buy one of those tokens and ends up making money. He could have made 500%. He's not making 500% on Blast. He made double his money.
I will make No, I don't know about 500%. 400%. 400%. Nick, this is the best. What you're dismissing is literally in 2024, loss after loss. I bought AVAX. Hey, I bought AVAX. Hey, AVAX Admiral buys $50 AVAX. On that bullshit. How about that? AVAX fucking Admiral. You see that, dude?
I didn't say go for the. If you ask me what the 4X is, that I wouldn't have said. I would say AVAX right now looks pretty good. So buy more right here and then just step away from the computer.
I bought but instead of how do you know instead of the mother token versus the Jenner token? I bought Jenner instead, and look where that is. I didn't
buy Jenner.
That's what I bought.
I did because it was obvious.
In hindsight, it's obvious, but
no, it wasn't hindsight. I was watching her on the timeline. I was watching her move. I was seeing the action, and right then, dude, let me tell you, I have this like inner compass that has guided me throughout my life to absolute sheer dominance on a repeated basis. I have a 90% hit rate with these things. When I listen to myself, to that inner compass, absolute dominance. And then once in a while, I listen to someone like Clemente. I listen to Easy, and I follow in and I throw my money at and lose everything. Every single time with 90% certainty, I will lose my fucking money. I've lost tens of thousands of dollars during this cycle from listening to these dumbass trades where I got to go and get some token that nobody else other than this show is talking about. And I'm tired of doing it because I'm on here. I'm having a fun conversation. I like Clemente. I like Easy. I like their energy. I say, wow, those guys seem to be having a lot of fun. I want to have some fun with them. And then I get in on the fun and I lose everything because these trades require you to be spending 100% of your time paying attention to what's going on. And if you're spending 100% of your time paying attention to what's going on, you have made maybe one of these single-handed worst life decisions ever. Literally ever. Because the circle that you're hanging out with is the wrong circle. It's people that are on drugs in the casino at 4 a.m. And they were partying all night. Look at Ansem. Ansem doesn't stop tweeting for 48 hours. That guy may be on a fucking 8-ball of cocaine every 2 days. For all I can tell. And then he's taking a live stream with like, look at this hot model OnlyFans chick that's sitting right next to me. And let me go zoom in on some other chick who's like probably like a mother hanging out in a fucking lazy river at some like random thing on vacation with her family. And he's like, damn, look at that. That's the type of person that you're hanging out with. By the way, he may have 8 million, maybe nothing to him, but like he's still like only cool to 16-year-olds. So like that's like the thing, and people that still never ended up getting older than 16, basically, like in their mindset. So get the hell out of the casino. Stop doing that shit and wait. Watch from outside, and when some guy outside the casino is talking about some interesting shit, you know it's spilled over, dude. You know it's spilled over. That's the opportunity to get in. You check that out once in a while. Boom, you end up making 4x. You're in, you're out, done.
Well, look, ladies and gentlemen, we got a full night's sleep. Nick O'Neill spitting facts. 99% of the audience on YouTube here is agreeing that Nick is spitting facts. There's some people that have bag bias towards Fantasy Top that are randomly chiming in, being like, nah, Fantasy Top's the future. Anyway, the show's brought to you.
You are the addict.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen,
let's do a 12-step meeting moving forward, like in the mornings. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do like one of the days is going to be literally like recovery. It's going to be Degen crypto Degen Anonymous, CDA. Okay. And we're doing a 12-step meeting live on this show. Step one is acknowledging that you don't have control over this. Clemente, do you feel like you have control over your problem?
I feel like it's very in control. I don't even think it's a problem.
So he's still lying to himself. He's in denial. This is we need to save this addict.
Pio, wrap the show. Wrap the show.
The show is brought to you in partnership with Uncaged, a casual soccer mobile game by Uncaged Studio. Team at Uncaged has experience in Playtika, Disney, Cody, and more. The game features playable NFTs called Ballers that you can acquire and upgrade to build your squad. The game is currently in its soft launch testing phase. Go download it at uncaged.games. That's unkjd.games. And make sure you follow on Twitter, unkjdgames, to stay up to date with the game and future updates, which are expected to announce right around the corner. Nick, do you want to lead us through a meditation to close out?
Well, this is actually what he did. The Sean ended at the right, the Serenity Prayer. You know, that's
Sean,
how we should do it.
Sean
is saying, dude, it's pretty straightforward. Let's say it together. Clemente, let's say it together.
What is this? This is the addicts chant.
The addicts chant?
What is? I don't know what the.
It's the Serenity Prayer, dude.
All right, let's.
You just disrespected Jesus, but let's get on to this. Although it's actually not specifically associated with any denomination, so let's say it. God grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Okay. Thanks for coming to Crypto Degen Anonymous. Hey, keep coming back, Clemente. I'll see you in the next meeting, okay?
Okay. All right. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate it. The addicts chant helped, actually.
It's not the addicts chant.
Oh, good Lord.
Come back, dude. Come back tomorrow. We're going to be serving up. We got food at this meeting. We got some snacks.
Fresh squeezed orange juice. I'm making it.
Live from the oranges.
I would, if you wanted to do like an addict thing where we try to help addicts that are gambling all their money on crypto and not just buying Bitcoin and never selling it, then I would totally like make pizza, orange juice, you know, creme brulee.
Okay, well, nobody's going to, you can't virtually show up and eat pizza.
Serenity Prayer.
Italy won the Euro Cup, sucker.
All right. Well, good show, guys.
No, we're keeping it going, Clemente. No, it's not done. What are you trying to end it for?
All right. We can wrap it. Degen Crypto Anonymous, thanks for joining.
Thanks for joining, ladies and gentlemen.
LT HUD says, this is the day Nick gets on my nerves. I think you can tell the addicts resist when you come at them with this Serenity Prayer action, dude. Some people watching right now are feeling deeply uncomfortable. They're feeling deeply uncomfortable. And I want to just say to you who's feeling uncomfortable hearing that prayer, you're welcome. You're welcome anytime. We'll always be here for you. And if today's not the day that you decide to, step back, we'll be here tomorrow. Offering you the opportunity, a little break, a little bit of solace from the chaos that's the Twitter timeline. this point, it's X, like 100%. So I mean, but like you can't even call it Twitter anymore, which is kind of ridiculous. Clemente, do you feel a little bit at peace?
Feel good. Feel good. I think it's a good start of a beautiful.
Sound a little bit sarcastic. Sound a little bit resistant. Continue.
I feel good. I feel.
You want to cry?
The day one, maybe of a beautiful recovery.
You want to let out a tear?
No tears.
We can hug it out, bro. We can hug it out. I'll hold you while you're crying.
Mother will hold you. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening to the show. Show's available on Apple and Spotify podcasts, YouTube, X platform video. Make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube. If you want to actually watch the show, watch Nick in all his glory as he lets everybody know that they are gambling addicts and they need to basically have a little bit of an intervention. We're going to play a little